Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here at Frost County Stadium. Tornadoes have the possession. The first handoff goes up the middle to Damian Brockington, and he carries it for a first down up to the 48-yard line. And we're underway here at Frost County Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. We've got Greg Kinn running the dials. We've got Bailey Mullins on the camera, and we've got Eric Hall down on the sidelines. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Shotgun set. Rogo slings it left side. It's complete out to Brockington. He's got it up the midfield and inside Blue Streaks territory down to the 49-yard line.
Huge SBC Lake matchup as we begin conference play here in week 6 as 4-1 Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes take on these 2-3 Sandusky Blue Streaks who are looking to get into the win column.
Quick pitch out to the right side. That's Brockington on the carry, and he's got it up to about the 44-yard line. And that'll bring up third down. Third and about 2 coming up here for Tiffin Columbian. If you're tuning in here with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, we are having an issue with our scoreboard camera, and we tried to get that fixed before the game started. We just could not get it fixed, so thank you for bearing with us.
Reception good, but there's a flag on the play.
Flag comes in from the side judge. That's usually an offsides alignment here. We'll see what the call is. Neutral zone action. That penalty is declined, and that will be a first down for Tiffin Colombian. Illegal substitution, sorry.
We'll start this one. Down. Columbians marching.
Shotgun set. They bring a man in motion. It's Jack Newlove. Settles into the slot position. One man in the backfield, that's Damian Brockington. Bryce Rogo here on the near side. And that's Jack Corper all by himself on the left. They fake the handoff. Now, Rogo slings it down the field, and a miscommunication there as he was trying to find, I'm sorry, that's Brady Gooding by himself out there on the left. And a little bit of a miscommunication there. I think he was trying to tell him to go on a go, and Gooding thought that was more of a hitch route there, so. We'll check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, here momentarily for our weather report brought to you by Phillips Electric. Second down and 10. Rogo takes the snap, handoff to Brockington off the left side. He's got some running room to the 30, 25, cuts back, 20 to the 15, and down about the 15-yard line. Damian Brockington with some nice moves there, Tommy.
Oh, absolutely, as the beast slashes up for more yards upfield, closing in on leading the SBC Lake in rushing. Definitely leading touchdowns.
First and 10, Tiffin Colombian at the 15-yard line. Rogo in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, slings it to the left side, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Brady Gooding. Gooding turns and looks to the referee and says, hey, I was being held there, but no call. Second and 10 coming up. We'll send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, after this play. Second and 10. Shotgun formation here. 2 backs in the backfield. 3 receiver set. Rogo slings it right side, completes it. That's the Brogo connection up to the 10-yard line as Bryce Rogo gets it from Braden Rogo down to the 10-yard line.
So what's he get, about 5 yards on that reception?
About 5 yards, sets him up with a 3rd and 5. Let's send it down. Eric Hall on the sidelines now. Eric, what's the weather looking like today? Quickly.
Thanks, guys. Fall is here. We don't have an 80-degree kickoff for once. It's 60 degrees. We've got a light breeze that might affect some things. And this is fall football. This is what I'm here for.
That's right. This is what football feels like.
Yes, sir.
Rogo hands off left side. Brockington on the carry.
Gobbled up in the
he
backfield.
Is stopped deep in the backfield. Big number 23, Jordan Lawrence on the stop.
Yeah, it looks like Keelan Lockhart came up as well. What's in that safety there?
4th down and 8 coming up. They're going to keep the offense on the field here.
The D1 prospect Rogo, again, in these 4th down situations. I would love to see the SBC Lake stat for 4th down conversions in a career because you got to believe Rogo's leading that category.
Shotgun formation, 4th down and 8. Rogo Back there in the backfield with Damian Brockington. Rogo takes the snap, slings it into the end zone. He's got a man in the back of the end zone. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Brady Gooding in the left corner of the end zone comes down with it from 15 yards out.
And oh my gosh, and here you'll see why the D1 prospect is getting those D1 looks. Rogo in the gun, starts it all the way to the back end zone. And Gooding comes up with the reception for a huge tornado score as it takes 2 to tango.
That's right. Big time touchdown there for Tiffin Columbian as they get on the board on 4th and 8.
Rogo.
And that's Sam Zimmerman on the extra point. The left-footed kicker gets it up and in. And that makes your score 7-0 with 8:34 left to play here in the first quarter. Try to keep you up to date on the score and the time as much as we can here.
Columbians Braden Rogo comes out. His 22 campaign continues to thrive. As you see there, through 5 games, 74 of 114 completions, 928 yards, and 13 touchdowns, where you can add that up to 14 after that connection to Gooding.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, the kid's, he's doing a pretty good job on the ground as well, as he gives them kind of a dual threat attack. Tommy, there's some other games going on around the area. And we'll take a look at the scoreboard brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore, as Clyde and Perkins are underway in the first quarter. 6-0 Clyde. Bellevue leading Norwalk 6-0. Margaretta on top of Calvert 7-0. You can find that over on the X stream. The kickoff is away. It's going to hit down about the 20-yard line and fielded at the 12. Number 7, Xander Young on the return. And we're going to get a block in the back, I think, on Sandusky here. It's going to come in right around the 17-yard line.
Well, you talk about trying to get into the win column, Nate, and man, these Sandusky Blue Streaks trying to get on the winning track. And that's going to be led here on this drive by Jason Henlon Jr., who's 63 of 115 on completions, and he can get you going. It's just putting all those things together here in at the midseason, Nate. It's about how you finish off this back 9 of the season.
That's right. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish.
And, man, we talk about a meat grinder of a schedule and a must-win situation for Tiffin Columbian, as they'll be on the road for consecutive weeks against Clyde, Bellevue, and Perkins consecutively, Nate.
Handoff up the middle. And a nice job by the Columbian defense as number 20, Mitch Scheiber, there to make the stop. '24, Jamarian Alexander on the carry. Junior running back, 5'9", 175 pounds. Of course, Henlon, you said 63 out of 115 passing. That's good for a 55% completion percentage, 849 yards through the air, 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Handoff up the middle. Columbian says they have the ball, but
I think that's forward progress.
They're going to say forward progress was stopped for Alexander.
Now a huge 3rd and 14 for the Sandusky Blue Streaks in the shadow of their own goalpost. It's never a spot you want to be, as you hear the bell tolling on 3rd down here from Frost County Stadium. 7:17 remaining in the first quarter.
And the quarterback scramble, good for about, maybe about 6, maybe 7 yards, up to about the 11-yard line. But not much doing there, as Jason Henlon tried to make something happen on his own, but the defense was all over that one, Tommy.
Yeah, the defense of Tiffin Columbian definitely has their ears pinned back tonight. It's tremendous pressure forcing that 3-and-out situation for the Blue Streaks on their opening drive.
And we got a flag on the play. I think there's a false start. It's going to go against Sandusky. Oh, no, offsides on Tiffin Columbian. It's going to be an encroachment penalty. Still 4th down, but Gives the punter a little bit more breathing room. It'll put the ball right around the 16-yard line. So the punt unit stays onto the field, 4th and 2 here. And the punt is away. Gooding. Actually, I think that's Newlove. Jack Newlove back deep to return. He makes the fair catch at the 45. And it's 7-0 Tiffin Columbian. They take over at their own, or at the Sandusky 45-yard line. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. And let's talk about those keys to the game, Tommy, brought to you by Shutout Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall. Well, what do you think the keys are tonight, Tommy?
Well, thus far, Tiffin Colombian turned those keys and are in the driver's seat in the first stanza of action with 6:30 remaining here in the first quarter, able to come out and keep that explosive offense going, just continuously impress on these drives, rack up them points as Tiffin Colombian leads the SBC in scoring and offense this season.
Once again, keys to the game brought to you by Shutout Mexican Restaurant, as Braden Rogo tries to sling it out right side for Mitch Scheiber, but a little bit too tall for his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. But yeah, keys to the game. Let's keep that explosive offense going early and often. I think that's really the key for Tiffin Columbian here on the offensive side. But if you're talking about defense, what do they got to do against Sandusky here tonight?
Yeah, definitely got to be able to remain consistent, be able to shut down drives as that one bounces into the ground as Rogo looking for Rogo on the Brogo connection.
Tight coverage there on the play by the Blue Streaks. 3rd down and 10 coming up. Ball at the 45-yard line. 6:22 left here in the first quarter. 7-0 Tiffin Columbian leading Sandusky.
You talk about a must-win situation, one of those final keys to this game. Tiffin Columbian coming in tonight 4-1. Yet again, Bellevue, Clyde, and Perkins all set at 4-1. All squads vying for the crown here in the SBC Lake Division.
Rogo back to pass, steps up into the pocket. Now he's going to take off and run with it. And he's going to be close to the first down. He should have it right at the 35-yard line is where they'll mark him out of bounds. And that'll be a first down for Tiffin Columbian as they move the chains. That was a big-time conversion there on 3rd and 9. Actually, 3rd and 10 for Braden Rogo. I mean, Tommy, he just took matters into his own hands there.
And that's what you see throughout the process of this QB maturation since his freshman campaign getting snaps.
Brockington on the handoff up the middle, got some running room, and he's tripped up right at the 25-yard line.
And Brockington, he just has that dog in him, don't he, Greg?
Tackle.
As Brockington continues to keep this offense rolling.
1st and 10.
Columbian driving now.
Oh, I think they got Sandusky to jump off before the false start. I think the encroachment initiated the false start for the offensive lineman. So Sandusky into the neutral zone. 5 free yards for Tiffin Columbian there, Tommy. Now, what is the difference? When do they allow the play to continue when the defense is offside? Is that when it's not in the neutral zone?
Yeah. Yep.
There you go. 1st and 5.
Took the word right out of my mouth.
Sling it right side, and Braden Rogo trying to find Bryce Rogo at the 10-yard line, but that one is incomplete.
I mean, that one just bounced right off as Rogo tries to find his brother in step. That's one of those next level football moves, Nate, that comes along with time and experience.
Hardly ever see them with gloves on, so maybe that's maybe a cold weather issue with that drop.
Football is a little bit harder.
Brockington on the handoff up the middle. He looks like he's got the first down. He carries his head. A little bit of a bush push here as we get the ball down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Talk about establishing the tempo like we talked about. Brockington here on the handoff.
Let's take a look at that one again.
Just arm tackles aren't going to do it. Moving his legs. That's why you do them squats, kids.
Well done. First down and goal for Tiffin Columbian. They've got it at the 8-yard line. Shotgun set. Receiver on each side of the formation.
High snap
by Brockington. Bounces off a tackle, and he stood up right at the goal line. Nice job on the tackle there. DeCarvion Jones on the tackle. The touchdown saving tackle there, Tommy.
I don't know. Just keep feeding Brockington here as some of these receptions have fallen short, and Brockington gets you right back in the driver's seat, and he plows ahead.
A 2-yard plunge for Damian Brockington.
You know, Brockington went to see the doctor the other day, Greggy, and they definitely they did some x-rays on him, and they found out that Brockington definitely has that dog in him. As you see coming into tonight, 77 attempts for 753 yards and 12 touchdowns. Add on to that now with 13. This guy's averaging 9 yards per carry.
Almost 10 yards a pop. That's impressive right there. 13-0 your score. 4:41 left here in the first quarter. Sam Zimmerman on for the extra point. That is up, and it is good. And your Tornadoes are now up 14-0 on Sandusky.
And I mean, I know I'm a little biased just because we're fans of the land, but I mean, there's nothing too different in comparison to, you know, if you have a well-balanced offense and that balanced attack, Nate, it makes you so dangerous because you have to keep your defense humble. You have to prepare for the run. And even if you do prepare for the run, there's just nothing you can do against a guy like Brockington.
That's right.
And then he makes those short down and distance situations to where Tiffin Columbian, a guy like Rogo, he's able to easily convert the chains in those situations. But, man, the way that they were able to, Tiffin Columbian was able to just call on Brockington as they were driving in the red zone to keep their drive alive. I mean, that's what you get in a bell cow running back.
That's absolutely right. Got some exciting games in here. What's that, Eric? Go ahead.
His yards after contact are.
Yeah.
Number 24.
Well, I know tonight he's got to have at least 30 already. He's bouncing off tacklers. Kickoff is away, fielded at the 13-yard line. Return man brings it up to about the 35. Nice return there. I believe that's Jamarian Alexander on the return, starting running back for the Blue Streaks. And he's going to stay out there on the field as they will take over at their own 35-yard line.
Making that trek down from Sandusky again, trying to play spoiler on the road during Tiffin Columbian's homecoming night. Up there from the land of Cedar Point, Nate.
That's absolutely right.
I think they're named after the Blue Streak, the ride.
Or do you think the ride is named after them?
I would have called them the Millennium Forces or something.
Yeah. Or the Steel Vengeances. That'd be a cool name.
I'm pretty sure the ride is named after them.
And quarterback, a little bit of a wildcat formation here as Marquise Armstrong on the carry.
And you talk about a roller coaster of a season for these Sandusky Blue Streaks. Already a must-win situation, Nate, as both these squads, as you begin conference play, you can't afford those missteps.
Yeah, absolutely right. Shotgun formation here. Ball at the 40. They fake the handoff. Henlon on the carry.
They should have just handed it off.
And that's the job of the quarterback there. Read the defensive end on the right
absolutely,
side.
Nate. They all crashed down.
That's a defensive read. You just got to read that end. And, you know, if you see him crash, hand it off. That's your call as a quarterback.
Now another third down situation for the Blue Streaks. Not the hardest to convert at a 3rd and 5, but I don't envy any down and distance situation against the Tornado defense. As they bring the blitz,
Bad
the fumble snap.
Henlon able to get the ball back, but Colombian able to grab him back at the 25-yard line. Big time loss, and that'll set up 4th down, and the punt unit will come onto the field.
Carter,
man, that's
look at
a
this.
tough break.
Carter Groves off the blitz, able to get penetration there. The big hog molly cleans him up in the backfield, and Groves digs a grave for the quarterback.
4th and 20. Bad snap. Punter's able to get it on. Oh, blocked! Blocked by Tiffin Colombian. Blue Streaks trying to fall on top of it. I think they do, but Colombian's going to take over at the Blue Streak 15-yard line.
Look at this here.
I believe
Once
that was
again,
Carlo Adams that got in there, number 12.
tremendous pressure up front.
Indeed.
Adams, yes. Gets a block punt as the Tornado will now set up with tremendous field position here on this drive. Ball will be placed at the 16-yard line. And when you're already down 2 tutties, I mean, this is starting to become a hard hole to dig yourself from. Still a lot of game left, though. 2:45 remaining here in the first stanza of action, live from Frost County Stadium.
14-0 Tiffin Columbian. They have it at their own 15. Brockington on the handoff. Trips over the turf monster. It'll get you.
That's the only defender that's undefeated. you ain't gonna juke the turf monster.
Give a big shout out to our pregame show sponsor, Rogers Flowers. Of course, it's homecoming season. If you didn't see Brian for homecoming, well, your kid's not going to be very happy. Rogo back to pass, 2nd and 12, slings it right side, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Scheiber there around the 10-yard line, but just a little too tall for Mitch Scheiber. And that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and long.
Now, Greggy, did you go and see Rogers Flower back in the day for homecoming, or were you more of a wallflower?
3rd and 12. And we're gonna get a timeout. I think Tiffin Colombian called it. Indeed, that is the call. 2:04 left here in the first quarter. Tiffin Colombian takes a timeout. 14-0 is your score as the Tornadoes lead Sandusky. Let's take a look around the area. But first, let's thank our sponsors for bringing you tonight's ball game here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Rogers Flowers, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Ex-Cadet Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Buja, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune. All proud sponsors right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. And folks, I'm telling you, when you hear that list, I know there's a lot of names. You hear just rattle it off. But when you hear those names, think about that the next time you're out shopping. Think about those names because they're responsible for bringing you tonight's ball game. Without them, we're not here. You're not seeing this. So please, help us out by helping them out. Screen set up here for Brockington. Off the left side, he's got some blockers. And he bounces off of the defender and gets it near the first down, but it's going to be 4th down and about a yard.
That's a little confusing. As Decker DeVore set the block for him, Brockington seemingly just ran into the defender. And again, when you lower that shoulder and you're just rolling downhill, it's kind of hard to take account of what's in front of you.
4th down, and they get the defense to jump.
Oh, goodness.
Got to hold your water there. 4th and 1, and Columbian's going to get the defense to give him that free first down.
Yeah, we're talking week 6, Nate. You can't be making week 1 mistakes here at the midseason.
Half the distance to the goal results in a first down.
Of course, this year,
High snap. It's Brockington. He stretches out.
he's in. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Damian Brockington carries it in from 3 yards out.
And what do you do against that? Look at Brockington just bulldozes ahead.
That's 2 touchdowns now for Damian Brockington here just in the first quarter.
Yeah, right at the end there. Brockington stretches out.
Snap is back, ball is down, the kick is up, and the extra point attempt is good. No good. The ref on the right looked like he started to put his hands up, and they said, oh, wait, no good. No score, Carey and Colonel Crawford in the second quarter. Tommy, that's going to be the slugfest of the night. Keep your eyes on that one.
But right here, 20-0, Colombian on top of Sandusky, minute and 21 remaining here in the first quarter. And Nate, as you talked about, some of those scores from around the area.
Right now, over at Margaretta, Polar Bears Stadium, 14-0, Polar Bears leading Tiffin Calvert. You can find that game over on the X stream.
That's on YouTube and heartofohiosports.com. Right now you're watching Tiffin Colombian versus Sandusky, an SBC Lake matchup here on the A stream, the Adrenaline stream on Heart of Ohio Sports. Please share the video, like and subscribe to our YouTube page. As Colombian now will kick off.
Fielded at the 15-yard line. Up to the 30, 35, and he cut down right around the 35-yard line. Jamarian Alexander once again on the return. And he's done a pretty decent job tonight in the return game for the Blue Streaks. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. Eric, what's the energy like right now? I mean, 20-0 the lead. How's it feeling down there?
Oh, it's getting rowdy down here, guys. We got the student section with a whiteout down here. We got the best band in town, or in the area over there, getting down. It's getting fun down here, guys.
All right, well, hey, is it as fun as it was last night for you? You were in the dog pound last night. How was that?
Oh, man. Yeah. No, I tried to tell them I was with Heart of Ohio Sports and get down on the sidelines. They didn't let me.
Well, you know, man, you got to keep pressing. You got to keep pressing with the ladies. And, you know, there's people there that you got to know. And when you get to the right person, you just keep pushing, saying, hey, no, my press pass is somewhere. You just got to find it.
Yep. I'll get there.
Just
One day
ask
I'm
Greggy
getting
and
there.
Tommy about that.
Well, Sandusky with the ball at the 39-yard line on a 2nd and 9 situation here. Trying to make something happen here as this first quarter gets ready to expire. Another
Bad
bot snap.
ball on the ground. Armstrong picks it up, but he is swallowed up in the backfield by a horde of tornadoes.
Now, I don't know what the more heads-up move was. The quarterback not falling on it or just setting up to block as his running back. Look right here again. Bobbled snap. Meant to be handed off here, you got to believe, or reversed. And as Henry loses the snap, just kind of lets the running back pick it up and gets creamed.
Let's see if they get a playoff here. I don't think they're going to. It's down to 1 second, and that is the final play of the first quarter. 20-0 is your score. Tiffin Colombian leading Sandusky. As we step aside for a quick timeout, we'll be back after this. You're locked in right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we're back here at Frost County Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. We've got Greg Kinn here manning the dials and keeping us live. Little screen set up off the left side for the Blue Streaks, but the Colombian defense is all over that one as they sniff that one out right at the 36-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 11. Once again, 20-0 your score. 11:40 left to play here in the first half. And Tommy, this has been an exciting first first quarter of action for Tiffin Columbian.
I was going to say, for who?
If you are the Blue Streaks, though, what do you got to do here to get back into this game? I mean, this is getting out of hand fast.
Yeah, but, for every bad thing that happens, you can pull away one good thing. And one positive that Sandusky had here in that first quarter is they were able to put together a little bit of a drive there. Just ended up stalling out once again. You just got to be able to finish those.
Punt unit onto the field. They get the
Get a
punt
little
away,
bit
but
better.
it's a short punt. It's going to hit down at the 50 and be down right there at midfield.
And if your offense going to sputter and stall, you got to have trust in your special teams to flip the field, give your defense a chance so they're not defending short real estate as Tiffin Columbian. That's one of the reasons why you find Tiffin Columbian out with this 20-point lead is the short field.
That's right.
A blocked punt led to a scoring drive by the Tornadoes, and now another drive starting right around the 50-yard line will give the Tornadoes short field to work with.
I couldn't see from my angle, but did it look like somebody got a finger on that punt from up there?
It might have. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's one I'll have to go back and look at.
It looked like it from down here.
Brockington just going to carry it once again right through the A-gap.
Short carry for about 2 yards up to the 48-yard line, but gets it inside Blue Streak territory. 10:50 to play here in the first half. 20-0 Tiffin Columbian on top of Sandusky. Man in motion, that's Bryce Rogo. Braden takes the snap. Looks back to pass.
Flushed out of the pocket, he's going to be sacked.
Crunched in the backfield, back at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Landon Parker parks Rogo right into the turf on a huge play by the Sandusky defense that has Columbian back now facing a 3rd and 20, Nate.
Yeah, this is exactly what you needed if you're the Blue Streaks. You got to come up with a stop here.
The chance to finish the regular season at 7-3, a record that can get you into the playoffs. But if you lose here tonight, you're looking at best 6-4, and that doesn't get you too far, especially at this division.
Rogo back to pass, 3rd and long, down the field. He's got Bryce Rogo at the 30, 25, 20, 15, and down inside the 15 to the 10-yard line. Bryce Rogo. What a beautiful pass by Braden Rogo. Let's check that one out again. Wow.
And Rogo.
Talk about a dime. That's a dime right there, folks. Woo!
Finds his brother, that Brogo to Brogo connection, and it goes for a huge gain. And I think all my brother ever did was try to stuff me in the washer.
52-yard connection there between Rogo to Rogo. Braden slings it right side, slings it out for Alzaquani. And Talib Alzaquani, short reception, good for about 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Nine minutes left here in the second quarter. 20-0 Tiffin Columbian, and they are threatening to add to that score here, Tommy. Of course, it is homecoming. Fake the handoff. Rogo rolls to his left, slings it into the end zone. Too tall for his intended receiver. He was looking for Jack Newlove in the back of the end zone.
And sometimes, you love the team-first mentality by Rogo, but with an athlete like him, if he wanted to, he could have tucked that and been off to the races.
That was Gooding, actually. He was trying to find there in the back of the end zone, but just a little too tall. 3rd down and 8 coming up. Rogo and Newlove here on the near side of the field. That's Gooding on the far side. 2 backs in the backfield. Rogo fakes the handoff, slings it into the end zone. He's got Rogo, but incomplete. But there's a flag that comes in after the pass is incomplete. I think we're going to get a holding call on Azarian Arrington. Number 22, I think, was the guilty party. Pass interference is the call. And it is not an automatic first down at the high school level, it is a 15-yard penalty. So it is enforced half the distance to the goal in this situation. So it'll still be 3rd down and about 2.5. Ball at the 5-yard line. Rogo, handoff. Brockington says it doesn't matter if it's 3rd down or 1st down or 4th down. Give me the ball. I want to score. Damian Brockington plunges in from 4 yards out.
Look at this guy. Untouched. Brockington.
Look at the blocking up front, Tommy. Look at that blocking. You and I could have drove through that.
Absolutely. Could have drove a truck.
I could have drove my truck through that hole.
26-0 lead by Columbian now. Pending the extra point could bring it to 27.
The extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So Zimmerman now 3 for 4 on the night on extra points. And Tiffin Columbian now leading 27-0 with 8:39 left to play here in the first half.
Now, Nate, you and I, we've been calling high school football for almost 10 years now. Are they ever going to run out of Zimmermans to kick the ball here?
It seems to be a recurring theme here at Tiffin Colombian.
We're helping feed the teams after the game. KGS Ohio, Great Church, East Masonry, UIS Insurance Agency, Town Riders Flowers.
27-0 lead here by the Tornadoes as they get ready to kick off back to the Sandusky Blue Streaks. And we're going to have the fallout from this game and more, not just on the Post podcast this Monday, but starting tomorrow morning right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the Saturday Scoreboard with Nate Mullins live from the Heart of Ohio Sports studio, giving you all the recaps from Friday night's games and get you set up for Saturday college football and the national football on Sunday.
Jamarian Alexander on the return. Brings it up to about the 34-yard line is where they'll mark him down, actually.
So, Nate, you got
That's going to be a fun
new show starting tomorrow, huh?
And I like it because it's got a lot of possibilities, a lot of potential for this show because, yeah, it's a Saturday morning high school scoreboard show, but we're going to be doing highlights. We're going to be doing interviews. We're going to be doing a little bit of a forecast of college sports on the landscape of the day. You know, it's going to be a great show.
Yeah, you've been giving more shows than Gordon Ramsay.
That's all right.
Tremendous coverage nonetheless here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Handoff. That is Maurice Alexander. I'm sorry, Maurice Armstrong. Maurcice.
Tell you,
Maurice, right?
Yeah. Tell you another feature I've rather enjoyed is getting set up for these huge primetime games and seeing Heart of Ohio Sports with them games before the game, the eSport live streaming of Madden football that you can only find here. So again, I guess everybody on the Heart of Ohio Sports staff looking for challengers out there.
That's right. The challenge has been issued. I think Greggy just wants to play. He's like, hey, I just want to.
Oh, my goodness.
Whoa, what a hit.
And you talk about the hit stick. It just came out there.
A.J. Hickman laying the wood.
Here, once again, you see we're so caught up in our streaming video game talk that you see a video game hit stick right here. Woo. Full flip to my Lou.
But a first down nonetheless up to midfield for the Blue Streaks. Shotgun formation. Receiver on each side of the field. They bring a man in motion. That's Armstrong. And they're going to hand off to Armstrong off the left side, actually. He bounces off a tackle. He's going to plunge his way forward for about a 4-yard gain.
And a play only a mother could love as that one, bowling shoe in its look and appearance, but it does its job to fool the defense. As that back is able to kind of wrap back around.
One referee said a 4-yard. The other referee said 3 yards. So we'll say 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Shotgun formation here. 2 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. They bring a man in motion. That's Armstrong. Take the handoff. Now they're trying to set up a little screen here, and they got Alexander.
Oh, and Alexander almost gets him past the sticks.
tripped up from behind, and that'll set him up with a third down. Third and about 3.
Trailing 27-0 here in the first half, Nate. Is this 4-down territory?
I believe so. I think, you're trying to pick up the first down here.
Yeah, almost any time you can advance the ball across the 50 against this Tornado defense, your chances are going to get cut dramatically, so you might as well take it. Defensive red zone efficiency. Look at this.
Alexander on the carry. That's Armstrong, and he is into the open, and he's into the
pylon.
end zone. Nope, they're going to say he's out of bounds right at the
Wow, look at this. So you talk about bringing the paddles out to a dead drive. Right here.
Armstrong. Wow.
Armstrong finds the edge, and it's a foot race as Tiffin Columbian's able to track him down right around the half-yard line.
So a direct snap as Armstrong once again, a little bit of a wildcat formation, tackle from behind at the 5-yard line as the defense shoots into the backfield to make the play.
Was that decorative war?
That was decorative war on the tackle.
72. That's Carter Groves on our roster. But, man, that defensive front has just continuously.
Henlon slings it right, and it's incomplete as he was trying to find number 7, Xander Young.
Oh, a huge 4th and 6 conversion by the Sandusky Blue Streaks has the Streaks knocking on the doorstep to cut this lead down, try to make it manageable, and that's what you want to do here as you get deeper in this first half. You want to cut away at this deficit as much as possible, go into halftime with a completely different mindset and a totally different game plan to get yourself back in this one.
Shotgun formation. Henlon rolls to his right, looking into the end zone, into the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Inbounds for the touchdown. What a catch by Amir Aaron.
And look at this.
But there's a flag. Hang on.
Oh, no.
Laundry on the field. Ineligible man downfield against Sandusky. Oh, that is a heartbreaker, Tommy. Wow.
And those are definitely those situations that separate good and great, Nate.
And, that's one of those cases where he's just trying to extend the play a little bit, trying to give his receiver a little bit of time to find an open spot in that zone. And, when you're an offensive lineman, you can only block so long before you start looking for somebody else to block, If you're blocking air, you're going to try to find somebody to block. He gets downfield. That's a penalty. 3rd and goal from the 10.
Reverse.
Alexander. And they're going to pitch it into the end zone. A little bit of a double reverse pass.
Tornado's lucky that one didn't get called.
Amir Aaron.
It's a secondary. A little early there.
Amir Aaron was the quarterback on that play. Not sure who exactly the intended receiver was. 3 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. That is Jason Henlon. Back to pass.
Got it.
Smoke right at the 18-yard line. What a hit. Eric, did you feel that down there? My goodness. That looked like Derwin James picking up Travis Kelce.
Dante Roomschlag, though,
My.
just drives the air right out of him to end that drive and give the Tornado the ball back as Sandusky, man, able to
missed opportunity right there, man.
able to cut that deficit as they were chasing a 27-point lead. Called back due to an illegal man downfield, brings them into a 4th and goal situation from the 10, and then, as you've seen right there, Roomschlag drives the air right out of the drive.
Tripped up from behind right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on play. Tackled by number 23, Jordan Lawrence. Brings up second down 10.
Watching Sandusky's coach on that other sideline, I would not want to be a Sandusky player right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy either. Shotgun set. One man in the backfield. Two receivers out far to the right. A little bit of a reverse look here. Brockington takes the handoff on the reverse. Nice block there from Braden Rogo, at least an attempt at a block. He says, hey, I got to protect the merchandise here.
Trust me, a running back is not looking to follow their quarterback as a block.
That's right.
Just get out of my way as Brockington rolls downhill like a snowball running for HE double hockey sticks, man.
1st and 10. Ball at the 35. Rogo back to pass. Looking down the field. Looking for Gooding, and he makes the catch.
Good.
What a catch by Brady Gooding at the 35-yard line.
Look at that one more time cooking. Rogo finds Gooding. Just a laser downfield. Lofts that one up. And now Colombian continues to drive with the ball at the 35. Don't have to wait on the defense.
Rogo, quick pitch, left side, Brockington on the run. Got a block, broke a tackle. Oh! Now he buries his shoulder and drives the defender out of bounds with him at the 22-yard line.
Brockington there drives himself out of bounds after he tries to shed the arm tackle. Look at the beast here. Finds the edge. Sheds one arm tackle. Get out of here.
Yards after contact there, at least 10 for Damian Brockington. Shotgun set, handoff, Brockington, and he's going to be down right around the 20-yard line.
Forget you can catch the Extreme streaming over on our Heart of Ohio Sports Extreme YouTube page. There you'll find Tiffin Calvert against Margaretta and SBC River action.
Into the end zone, incomplete. Looking for the Brogo connection there as Brady looking for Bryce in the left corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Just a little too much on that one. Got a good game going on between Perkins and Clyde as Perkins leads 14-13.
I think Margaretta on top of Calvert, 14-0. 6:56 remaining in the second quarter in that one.
You can find that on the Extreme. Search Heart of Ohio Sports Extreme on YouTube. Rogo back to pass. Looking. And he's going to keep it himself. He's got some running room to the 15 and out of bounds inside the 15 down around the 13-yard line. Actually, they'll mark him out at the 14.
I've seen quarterbacks check out of an audible and look to the sideline at a coach for direction. I've seen them look for direction after a play, but I've never seen it during a play. I've seen Rogo kind of look back at his coach like, you want me to step out or what here?
Rogo in the shotgun, 4th and 2. Trying to get those free 5 yards, but Sandusky stays home. Rogo, once again, trying to get those defenders to jump off sides, but I think they're going to wisely just take a timeout here. Well done by the Blue Streaks as they hold their water here. 2:47 left here in the first half. 27-0 Tiffin Columbian on top of Sandusky.
A huge fourth down decision here.
Make sure you stick around for the halftime show brought to you by TPC Food Service. I'll tell you about TPC Food Service. You know, for 75 years, they've been providing quality product and service to food service operators in Northwest Ohio and the surrounding area. Family owned and Ohio proud. Call them toll free at 1-800-342-0477 today. TPC Food Service, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. That's one of those.
Yeah, sometimes it's not about what ingredients you're using, it's where you're getting them
That's
from.
right.
And TPC provides some of the most quality ingredients, the great, things that you can order business-wise, commercially through them. They got every avenue covered.
And
The
if you're a
napkins-
local business, if you're a restaurant or just a local business in this area, and you're not taking advantage of some of their services, I mean, they really are available any time of the day for you, and they try to make anything happen for you that they can. Rogo on the quarterback keeper, and he's got the first down inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Well done by Braden Rogo to pick up that 4th down and 2. Big-time 4th down conversion there by Tiffin Columbian. Now it's down to 2:35 left here in the first half. And I'll tell you what, Tommy, if they're able to get this into the end zone, even if they're able to just get a field goal here, you get any kind of points on this drive, and you run out the rest of this clock, start that second half with a running clock.
Yeah, we had the privilege of joining this squad in week 1 against Fremont Ross, who is 5-0 on the season right now. And Tiffin Columbian at that time, there was a lot of questions left unanswered. But since then, just the way the squad has rolled, averaging 45 points
Brockington on
per
the
game.
handoff, breaks a tackle, and he's going to be brought down right at the 1-yard line.
The way that Tiffin Columbian's been averaging 45 points per game, that offense has really been clicking. And, some might chalk it up, might snub their nose at playing at maybe competition or what have you. But at the same time, if you can get this offense going the way that Tiffin Columbian has and be as explosive as what they are, you're seeing the results here on the field against game competition like a division rival in Sandusky.
Absolutely.
So as this Tiffin Columbian offense continues to gel and build that chemistry, I mean, it's scary.
Handoff, Brockington up the middle, touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Damian Brockington. Is his 3rd touchdown now, Tommy? 3 touchdowns for Damian Brockington here in the first half.
Bringing that total up to about 16.
Wow. What an impressive
15.
start to the game here for Tiffin Columbian. 33-0
Brockington
is your score.
Untouched in the end zone once again, as you see. 33-0. Tiffin Columbian over Sandusky. We're not even out of the first half quite yet as they tack on the extra point to bring it up to 34.
Zimmerman knocks through the extra point. He's now 4 for 5 on extra points here tonight. 34-0, Tiffin Columbian with 1:13 left to play here in the first half. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call. We've got Greg Kinn manning the production side of things. Bailey Mullins on the camera. And we have our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. Let's check in with Eric down on the sidelines. Eric, it's a little different for you tonight because, you were around a bunch of rowdy Browns fans last night. But as the game progresses, they're up 34-0, but I still hear there's still a lot of interaction, a lot of energy down there for a team that's winning 34-0, right?
Yeah, man, this isn't the dog pound, but it is rowdy down here. This student section's having some fun, man.
So what's one thing you're 7 games in now? You did the first week 2 games, so now this is your 7th game under your belt. What's an observation you have from the first 6 weeks that you weren't expecting coming into this?
Well, it's been a while since I've...
Uh-oh.
That's an excellent point.
That's a great point. Dynamite drop in, Monty.
Don't forget, as this one starts narrowing,
Blue Streaks take over first
We
half
tried.
from the
at
35-yard
1:13
line.
remaining here from
Always
Frostcounty
the place at
Stadium.
35.
Over on the
First down.
extreme, Margaretta still on top of Tiffin Calvert.
If you drive the silver,
Don't forget, you can find Little Brother over on Extreme YouTube channel. Just type in Heart of Ohio Sports and go on our website, heartofohiosports.com.
Man, that's a heck of a game right there. Carry 0, Colonel Crawford 3. Pass over the middle is complete up to about the 46-yard line. I think that was number 4 on the reception there. Dre Campbell.
Henlon in the gun as this first half rolls under a minute now.
Rolls to his right, looking, slings it down the middle of the field. Picked off! Jack Newlove with the interception at the 40, 35. He's going to take it all the way.
Newlove.
15, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Pick 6 for Jack Newlove.
Newlove. Look at this right here. Newlove. No love lost there as he gets the pick. Starts to run it down the sideline. Runs it all the way back for a pick 6 as he's just thrown into the end zone. And that's Newlove. His name is Newlove Baby.
We got an injured streak down here.
And we got a flag on the field back at the 42-yard line. I think this one's coming back.
I didn't see what happened, but I saw Columbian's coaches calling Sandusky over.
Uh-oh. Well, you got a player down on the field for the Blue Streaks.
Eric, can you take us through that one more time? What did you see happen down there?
I didn't see anything happen. I was watching him try to get in the end zone on the interception, but I saw a Columbian coach come attend to him immediately, and then calling for Sandusky's coaches.
It's a blindside block.
It was a blindside block, yeah. They're really trying to clean that up in the game right now. That's something they're placing an emphasis on over the last couple of years. It's something that they want to try to eliminate from the game. You know, Tommy, that was when you and I were playing. You just trying to find somebody to clean up, right?
Like, I wanted to survive one game.
I'm just saying, like, when you and I played, I mean, that's just cleaning somebody up. You're looking for somebody.
Well, I mean, that's just, thankfully, the game's evolved to the point where, player safety is first and paramount.
And that's the most important thing. That's why they're making these changes, so that players can move on from the game after they're done and not have, lengthy injuries or, long-term injuries. So I think these changes are necessary.
Yeah, the only thing you should be left with after high school football is those glory day memories.
Absolutely. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to our pregame show sponsor, Rogers Flowers. Thanks to TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Buja, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune. One of those sponsors there, Tommy, Pyramid Recruiting Offices. A lot of people don't know that's there. If you drove by that A-frame building there, Tommy, you ever drove by that little building? It's kind of like a little triangle building as you drive down North Washington Street. It's kind of tucked away and hidden. You can't really see the parking lot very well because it's behind the building, but I'm telling you right now, they're a dedicated staff. They're a full-service employment agency, and they have their roots firmly planted in the Tiffin community. Having worked together for over 30 years now, Sue and Diane have a mission, and that's helping great people find great jobs. Give them a call today, 419-447-0455. Just 5 minutes of your time could change your life for the better. I'm telling you guys, they do a great job placing good people into good jobs. And it's not just factory jobs. They do a great job of trying to find the right job that fits for you. They have a lot of different clientele that they serve in this community. It's a local business. So that's what we always try to support local, and they do a great job supporting the local people in this community. So when you hear these names, if you're looking for a great job, that's the first place to start right there. Pyramid Recruiting Offices on North Washington Street. Good to see the player able to make it off on his own power. A little bit of help there, but Race Klein, the injured player.
So that pick 6
Negated. It was fun to watch, though.
We'll give the Sandusky Blue Streaks the ball past midfield.
First down, Tiffin from the 45-yard line.
33 seconds remaining in the first half for Sandusky to get themselves.
No. The interception wasn't negated. They just had to bring it back.
Well, the pick 6 was negated.
Oh, you're talking about the touchdown. Okay.
Yeah. Rogo back to pass in the pocket, slings it over the middle. New Love on the reception, has it down inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line.
He gets a little bit of it back.
Yeah. Down to the 25-yard line quickly, up to the ball. 22 seconds now. 20 seconds. Rogo in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking. Rolls to his left. Now he's going to keep it. Rolls, and he's going to skip out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. Hurdles over a defender to make sure he gets out of bounds with 12 seconds left here in the first half. 34-0 Tiffin Columbian leading Sandusky here in the second quarter. Shotgun set, 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 2 receivers on the near side. Back to pass. Rogo rolls to his right, looking over the middle. He's got it complete. That's Gooding on the reception. Gooding's cut down right around the 18-yard line, and I think they're going to call their final timeout here with 3 seconds left.
And why not? You can't take them with you.
Absolutely, and why not? Take one final shot here at the end zone.
Good for a first down.
With 3 seconds left. Of course, Tommy, you could, if you wanted to, kick a field goal. But I think this is one of those situations where, they're not looking for 3. They're looking for 7.
I think one of the major points of this game that needs to be emphasized is Sandusky driving on that 4th and goal from the 10-yard line, having that touchdown reception called back for the illegal man downfield, would have been able to cut that deficit just down to about 20 points there. But now here's the problem. Is Tiffin Colombian on that ensuing drive able to get down, get themselves a score in scoring position once again with 3 seconds left, taking that timeout to dial up one more play. But Nate, if you're Sandusky going into the halftime, you've got 2 opponents to play here to start the second half.
That's going to be a quick second half if they can't keep Columbian out of the end zone right here. Man in motion. Rogo back to pass. Steps up into the pocket, and he's going to be hit and dropped right at the 15-yard line. And hopefully he's okay. That'll be the final play.
DeCarvion Jones
of the first half.
Carves himself up a piece of Rogo there.
Rogo took a nasty hit at the end of that play, and he seems to be okay. So that'll be the final play of the first half. Your score, 34-0, Tiffin Columbian on top of Sandusky. We're going to step aside. We'll come back with the halftime show brought to you by TPC Food Service. Don't go anywhere.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Greg Ken here, and you're locked in to high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, and we're back. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall here on the call. You're here at halftime. You're listening to the halftime show brought to you by TPC Food Service. Tommy, what an exciting first half if you are a Tornado fan. 34-0, Tiffin Columbian on top as we head to the locker room. And, Tommy, if you're Judd Lutz, I mean, what can you say to your team as you're going to the locker room? You got to find some things to keep harping on your guys about. But, man, they played a pretty flawless first half.
Yeah, if anything, it's getting these plays to come out quicker. A lot of times, plays taking a little bit too long to develop. to where it breaks down. And luckily, you got an athlete like Braden Rogo who can, make chicken salad out of chicken, you know what. But man, never has there been two more prolific characters since Tom and Jerry than Braden Rogo and Damian Brockington here tonight in that 1-2 punch combination that has found Tiffin Columbian firmly in control of this one, 34-0 here at the half.
Once again, we are here at halftime. You're watching the TPC Food Service halftime show. We're going to take a moment and thank all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports, and then we're going to step aside and let you watch the band performance here at halftime. Once again, thanks to our halftime show sponsor, TPC Food Service, as well as Rogers Flowers, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinman's Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Buja, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune. I want to tell you about my friends at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Tommy, Lee's, famous for a reason. Their famous recipe chicken is always cooked fresh, never frozen. Then it's honey dipped, hand breaded in their special blend of herbs and spices and pressure cooked to seal in that delicious flavor. The proof is in the chicken. See for yourself and stop in today. They offer dine-in, carry-out, or you can take advantage of their convenient drive-thru. Open 10:30 to 9 p.m. every day of the week. Choose Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Tiffin. All right, folks, we're going to step aside, take a time out, enjoy the band as we present you the TPC Food Service halftime show. We'll be back about 5 minutes before the start of the second half. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Our closer tonight was a smash hit for Black Sabbath. Heavy boots of lead, fills his victims full of dread. Running as fast as they can, Iron Man lives again.
Michael Meadows and Mrs. Trittenbeck. Our flag and dance squad is under the direction of Mrs. Danielle Bluth, assisted by Chloe Gibson. Our Marching 120 begins this evening with a drill to a 1988 hit by the American rock band Guns N' Roses. From their debut album, Appetite for Destruction, comes their only Billboard Hot 100 #1 single. Let's watch our band drill to Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child O' Mine. Now we're in for a real treat. This is a place in our halftime show that usually features the women of our flag and dance squad. Tonight, they'll be joined by future members of the Marching 120. We welcome to the field once again the 8th grade band from Tiffin Middle School. The English rock band Mullins. Released in 2018, the pop and pop rock song is the perfect setting for our flag and dance squad and our future members of the Marching 120. Watch and listen as our band play Pressure. Everybody knows that our Marching 120 just loves to boogie down and dance, and so our final selection for this Homecoming 2022 was written by Olivia Rodrigo in 2021. It was a #1 hit around the world, including the United States. So sit back, relax, and watch as our band does their thing with a special drum break and dance to Good For You. We are the Tiffin Columbian Marching 120, the Tiffin Columbian Marching Band, Flag, and Dance Squad.
All right, welcome back here at Frost County Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. You're tuned in right here on the TPC Food Service Halftime Show. Thanks for locking in with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tommy, exciting first half if you're a Columbian fan. 34-0. We're going to start the second half with a running clock. But, you know, these tornadoes, man, we talked about it in the pregame, or we talked about it in the beginning of this game a little bit. This offense is rolling, and they're putting it all on display here today.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't too much to say about how perfect of a first half that was for the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes, as once again, Columbian's Damian Brockington setting the pace with 18 carries for 114 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half. For those at home wanting to know how this first half went, Sandusky has a total of 42 yards rushing.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's kind of how that went.
As a team.
Damian Brockington has how many?
114 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half.
4 touchdowns. That's right. 4 of those touchdowns belong to Damian Brockington here today. What an impressive start to the season for this young man.
Came into tonight with 12.
Wow. The junior running back really kind of was biding his time last year, Tommy, as you know, we saw glimpses of this, but we didn't see this, what we're seeing out of Brockington right now. Do you think this is just a product of him getting more opportunities, or do you think this is the hard work that he put in the offseason?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things with, strong receiver core, a tremendous dual threat QB that can run on you and make you pay in the passing game. And then you couple that with just that bell cow running back style of Brockington, who, again, first down doesn't go your way, you choose to pass it. You can believe Brockington can make you up a huge second down situation to where it makes that third down call a lot easier to make and opens up your playbook a little bit more. And that's what Damian Brockington does for you, more than just, gobble up yards and put you in scoring position. He allows you to extend the sheet.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. Gives you a little bit more of an option, gives you a little bit more of a, diverse playbook, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, again, you don't run short of opportunities and some definitely tasty play calling. Because, again, once never be afraid to go out on a limb, because that's where the fruit is.
That's right. Hey, it's a great way to put it right there, Tommy. Let's give a thanks and a shout-out to our sponsors once again for bringing you tonight's broadcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Without these sponsors, we wouldn't be here, folks. So please, when you hear these names, frequent these businesses and tell them Heart of Ohio Sports sent you. Thanks to Rogers Flowers, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Buja, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Well, at the top of this game, Nate, Tiffin Columbian, Sandusky won the coin toss, which they decided to defer to Tiffin Columbian, which Tiffin Columbian came out and scored on their opening drive to start this game. Now here in the second half, Sandusky faces 2 opponents in the Columbian Tornadoes as well as the running clock. So you have to make this drive almost like 2-minute hurry-up offense, get down and score to alleviate that running clock on you.
And let's take a quick timeout. Let's check out our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. He's got our Phillips Electric weather report. And, Eric, how's it looking here as we start the second half?
It's a little colder than it was at kickoff, guys. As you can see, I got the quarter zip on now. We're down to about 62, or we're in the 50s now, I'm sorry. And that wind is what makes it chilly down here.
Yeah. It's a little windy, it's a little chilly, and I bet you're very thankful for that quarter zip I lent you
at the 30-yard line
up here in the press box.
Sights.
And that quarter zip, of course, one of the lovely embroidery merchandise we had made by Embroidery and Crafts by Buja.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have one.
You got one at the studio if you'd ever go there.
Sandusky now. 1st and 10 coming out on this drive.
Ball at the 30. Wrapped up in the backfield, swallowed up for a loss. Decker DeVore.
Look at this one more time to start this second half of action. More of the same to begin the second half as Decker DeVore gets that huge pressure and just gobbles up the running back in the backfield.
Tommy, he's kind of been an unsung hero this year as he's not had very many opportunities in the backfield, but he takes up so many blockers, you know?
I mean, Decker DeVore, he comes from a defensive family. He's the minister of defense.
Back to pass. Henlon steps up into the pocket. He's going to take off and run with it, and he is hit and dropped right at the 30-yard line. We got a flag that flies in at the end of the play here. We'll see what the call is. But that play stopped right around the 30-yard line, so the original line of scrimmage, but we'll see what the call is. They're pointing in the direction of the Tornadoes.
Dead ball, personal foul. 72 of the defense, 15 yards.
72 of the defense called for the personal foul.
Carter Groves.
Personal foul called against.
Probably still a little bit upset he didn't get homecoming king. Taking out his aggression on a blue streak, you know. Just joking.
A guy like Carter Groves, once again, he's a huge impact player on this defensive line.
Henlon back to pass, and he is going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss. Big loss on the play, all the way back to the 38-yard line. He's going to lose 8 yards on the play.
A.J. Bonnell on the tackle.
He was running for his life the whole first half, and Columbian's D's picking up right where they left off.
That's a great point, Eric. A defensive line's been all over him. Connor Musa applied the pressure from the backside there. As Bonnell
once again, here it comes.
Henlon slings it off right side, completes it to his receiver, spins out of a tackle and right into the arms of Talib Al-Zakwani, who wraps him up and throws him down right around the 38-yard line. No gain on the play. As Arrington on the reception.
Connor Musa, you talk about bringing that pressure, 6'4", 294 pounds in his senior campaign. Here on homecoming night, definitely would not want to pick up the check for that meal tomorrow.
Yeah. Third down and long, and the bell tolls for the Blue Streaks on 3rd and 18. Henlon back to pass, pressured, steps up into the pocket, ball on the ground. And I think the Streaks come up with it. Eric, you say the Blue Streaks come up with a fumble?
Yeah, they got it.
All right.
Sack on the play.
Let's take a look at that one again. A big sack
Evan Mersch.
by Evan Mersch.
And Evan Mersch, once again, dancing with the quarterback in the backfield. He's not going to wait till tomorrow night.
That's right.
Number 44, James Johnson.
Fourth down and long, punt unit onto the field now for the Blue Streaks. And nearly got a fingertip on that one.
And that was probably one of the biggest adjustments Sandusky needed to make on their special teams unit.
New Love dragged down from behind, and we're going to get a horse collar as the flag flies in from the back judge there.
And look here, Sandusky finally able to flip the field, but as on the return, New Love is just horse collared here, negates what would have been a chance for Sandusky to flip the field, but now Tiffin Columbian is going to come out and start this drive with tremendous field position. As man, I'm wearing that out as that's been the story of tonight's game. Columbian's ability to capitalize off great field position off of the self-inflicted wounds by the Sandusky Blue Streaks.
I believe that was on Zarion Arrington, a guilty party there. That'll bring up 1st and 10, and it'll place the ball at the 42-yard line inside Blue Streaks territory as the Tornadoes start this possession. First offensive possession of the second half for Tiffin Columbian. Handoff up the middle. Brockington on the carry, and he's got about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. Up to about the 38. 2nd and 6 coming up.
7-10.
A little bit of a pistol
Continues
formation
to roll
here. Rogo fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, now sets his feet and gets an off-balance throw as he was kind of backpedaling. Never really got a chance to set his feet.
The guy that trains
just kind of squared his shoulders and tried to get rid of it there.
That one was uglier than Tommy's date to homecoming.
Hey, no kidding. As Rogo, he'll learn to alleviate that throwing off your back foot as he progresses. Nothing good ever happens to you when that happens.
When you got pressure in your face like that right away, a lot of times that's usually a screen they're trying to set up, but Rogo slings it out left side. It's complete. Bryce Rogo on the reception, breaks a tackle, and he's got the first down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Nicely done there on the Brogo connection.
And these Rogo twins, I mean, they're both tall drinks of water here, 6'4", and arm tackles against a receiver like Bryce Rogo, it ain't going to get the job done.
And we got a injured Tornado here. As I think he's all right. Looked like Bryce Rogo was hurt on the play, but I don't think it was him. He actually got hurt, so we have an injured Blue Streak down. Take this moment to tell you about our friends at Rogers Flowers. Of course, obviously I don't have to tell you about homecoming. It's one of the best times of the year for these high schoolers. But if you have something going on that you need to find something special for that special someone in your life, stop down and see Brian. His wonderful staff will treat you like you are the only customer in the store. Grab something special for that special someone. Rogers Flowers, truly your one-stop destination for all of your special occasion needs. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning. Once again, live right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be back at it 9 a.m. Saturday Scoreboard.
And real quick, on the off chance that my old homecoming date is watching, that was just a joke. She's a lovely girl. She really is. So, again, hey, I didn't even think about that till just now.
Rogo back to pass, slinging it into the end zone. He's got Rogo back corner of the end zone. No, incomplete. Excellent coverage down the field by the Blue Streaks. Well, he was step for step with him there, Tommy. As I think that was Dre Campbell on the coverage. Number 4, is that who that is down there? Eric?
Yes, it is.
All right, so yeah, that was great coverage down there by Dre Campbell. You take a look down this Blue Streak roster, Tommy. They are young. Lots of sophomores getting some key playing time here today. Damian Brockington takes the handoff and gets this one down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Good for 5, sets him up with 3rd down and 5.
And that's one of those frustrating moments that come to you as a program is when you have some of these youthful years where you're trying to reload and rebuild. As a Sandusky, traditionally, always one of those squads that just reloads that roster year in and year out. This time being on the more youthful side of things, you know, you kind of have those growing pains as a program to where you can rise to prominence.
Rogo slings it out right side. That's complete. Alzaquani has the first down, and he is cut down right around the 16-yard line. Talib Alzaquani, 9-yard reception, and they only needed 5. That's good enough for the first down. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. 34-0, Tiffin Columbian leading Sandusky. And we're going to come out in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers on the near side of the field. Braden Rogo. Looks like he's going to go under center. No, he's not. He's going to backpedal back into the shotgun. A little bit of a pistol look here as they motion the H-back. Handoff. Brockington up the middle. Breaks a tackle, and he's inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Damian Brockington on the carry. And you know, Eric, I know you're training for a marathon, But, do you think you got the wheels? Do you think you could keep up with Damian Brockington in a foot race?
Yeah. Are we racing?
Wait.
Are we racing 2 miles, or are we going to race 20 yards? Because if it's 20 yards, he's got me.
That's what I was going to say. We're going to go 40-yard dash. What do you think?
Oh,
He probably got you both ways, bud.
No exercise Nate gets is stretching the truth.
Hey,
jumping
that's
to
all right.
conclusions.
That's all right. It's something. Shotgun set. Rogo handoff on 2nd and 4.
Oh, my
Up the middle.
goodness.
Brockington breaks tackles and lunges into the end zone. Is he in? And they're going to say he was
Damian
down
Brockington on the carry.
at the 1-yard line. Not even the one, the half-yard line. Let's take a look at that one again. Was he in? Folks, you be the judge. Was he in?
Brockington.
Take a look. You're only going to find this here. Yeah, that looked like he was into me. I don't know about you, but looked pretty good to me.
crowd's getting restless. They thought it was in.
Yeah, it looked good from my angle.
Yardage is good for a first down.
They're going to give him a first down.
I don't got to run over people when I'm training either.
That's right.
Unless it's busy down at the Y, then you.
Brockington, number 5. That's 5 rushing touchdowns for Damian Brockington today.
Look
That's
at
4th untouched.
Brockington
Yeah.
here one more time. As you look, Brockington gets the handoff and the 5-time touchdown champion, Damian Brockington,
Number 87,
had
Samuel
some
Zimmerman
stats.
to attempt the extra point.
Came in tonight with 12 touchdowns, now has 5 here in this game, bringing his total to 17 tutties, and the extra point is good to put the Tornadoes up 35-0 with that running clock continuing to roll on, Nate.
Sam Zimmerman now 5 of 6 on extra points. It is 41-0 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Of course, we sent it down to Eric earlier for the weather report. That's brought to you by Phillips Electric in downtown Tiffin. They're an authorized dealer of Whirlpool, Kenmore, and Maytag products, and that means they service all of those products and probably many more. If you have any questions about any of the products they sell or the brands that they service, feel free to give them a call. Greg and Tom are available at 419-447-3934, or simply call Phillips Electric at 176 South Washington Street in Tiffin. Just stop by, give them a visit. Tell them the great folks at Heart of Ohio Sports sent you.
Coach Judd Lutz has done a tremendous job, just like Tom Phillips, of getting those huge machines out in front, the Maytags, the Whirlpools, as that the huge offensive line has paid dividends for the Tornadoes. 5 rushing touchdowns on the night by that ground game.
Kickoff fielded at the 17-yard line. Alexander on the return brings it up to the 30, to the 35, cuts back, and he's cut down right at the 37-yard line.
Nice little return there.
41-0. Tiffin Columbian on top of Sandusky. There is 2 minutes and 1 second left here in the ball game, or in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, again, it's. It gets quite challenging to try to overcome this type of deficit. As Sandusky came in tonight 2-3, looking to get on the right side of things and finish off the season with playoff potential. And there's this Tiffin Columbian squad coming in 4-1 on a mission before they hit a huge road stretch.
And he is swallowed up in the backfield. A loss of 2 yards on the play back to the 35-yard line. Jamarian Alexander was met in the backfield.
Connor Musa.
Whew. Yeah, I don't want to be on the receiving end of that, Tommy. Yeah, at all. And a handoff off the left side. Alexander tried to break a tackle, but was tripped up.
And that's the
Mitch
thing.
Schreiber.
You try to get your ground game going. You try to get this offense rolling, and then you see the end results. You're behind the sticks. Like, that is not where you want to develop your plays, especially when the defense is just pouring it on, coming after you. No rest for the wicked.
Ooh, some good games going around the area. We'll get you caught up here after this as we take a look around the area at the First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard. It is 3rd down and 13. Ball at the 34. Snap is back. Hanlon looking deep down the middle of the field. It is broken up. What a great play defensively by number 8, A.J. Hickman, as he goes back there to make the play.
Look at this tremendous coverage as Sandusky just trying to take a shot.
Perkins right now leading Clyde 21-13 in the third quarter. Bellevue on top of Norwalk 26-3. That's in the third quarter. Carey now leading Colonel Crawford 7-3. The Blue Devils, I'll tell you, that's a heck of a matchup there. That's the end of the third quarter with your score, Columbian 41, Sandusky 0. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the exciting conclusion of tonight's ball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Hey, this is Nate Mullins here. You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at Frost County Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. We've got Greg Kinn manning the production side of things. Bailey Mullins on the camera. And we've got our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, down there on the Columbian sideline. Start of the fourth quarter sees the Blue Streaks punting the ball. Jack Newlove fields it at the 30-yard line, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50,
return.
to the 45, and out of bounds right around the 43-yard line inside Blue Streak territory. Nicely done there, as that's about 27 on the return. That was close, 26.
Look at this.
Uh-oh, you get your 50-50 ticket out, Tommy.
Draw. Drive
Starts
starts from the 42-yard line once again for the Tornadoes, as they are just continuously taking advantage of the gifted field position every time that they force Sandusky Blue Streaks to punt. I mean, that just shows you how ineffective the Sandusky Blue Streaks offense has been here tonight in being able to move the ball. Ineffective.
handoff off the left side.
Oh, ball. Oh.
Keyshawn Seitz on the carry. Gets about 8 up to the 35-yard line. Second down and 2. Rogo. A little bit of a pistol formation here. 2 backs in the backfield. They bring a man in motion. Rogo takes the snap, handoff, up the middle. Keyshawn Seitz on the carry, has it down to about the 30-yard line. And that'll be good enough for another first down. Down to 10:25 left in the ball game. 41-0. Tiffin Columbian all over Sandusky here tonight. You know, Tommy, I was coming into this one tonight, and I kept saying to myself, man, I really hope Columbian does not overlook Sandusky, because they've played a tough schedule to start the season. And that 2-3 record doesn't exactly tell the whole story of these Blue Streaks. But, boy, I tell you, they definitely took this one seriously, Tommy.
Yeah, both squads with blemishes on their record from an undefeated Fremont Ross, who at last glance was on the losing end against Findlay late in the second quarter.
Let's take a look at that game now. course, if you ever want to see any of those scores, you ever want to keep up on any of the scores, you can always go to heartofohiosports.com as we have the score stream banner up at the top of our website. All of the area schools that you should be concerned about, their scores are all at the top of our website. And right now, Findlay leading Fremont Ross 30-20. That game in the third quarter.
Man, that's a game.
Yeah. Edison leading Port Clinton 13-7 in the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation, a little bit of a pistol look. Handoff, sights up the middle. And not a whole lot of running room there as he gets it up to about the 25-yard line.
He kind of loses himself, sights unseen, as he scrambles ahead for a few more. Brings up a huge 3rd and 5 situation. This one continues to just wind down. 8:39 as Tiffin Columbian, you hit the nail on the head. Not trying to overlook this Sandusky squad, but man, what awaits the Tornadoes in the back 9 of this season is definitely a scary road stretch. You're talking going against Clyde, Bellevue, and Perkins in consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
To decide the league, essentially.
And all three on the all three on the road. And Seitz is tripped up right around the 22-yard line. Yeah, all three of those games on the road, Tommy.
I heard Coach Lutz has
hostile territory.
Has dinner over in Bellevue quite often.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, frequently. Frequent visitor.
Looking around the area at N10 action. Carey leading Colonel Crawford in the fourth quarter, still 7-3. Seneca East on top of Buckeye Central, 26-7. And Mohawk leading Upper Sandusky, 22-0. Boy, the Warriors, after starting out 0-3, they beat Upper Sandusky. They are now 3-3 on the season, 3 straight wins. Handoff, Seitz off the right side on 4th and 2, and he's got the first down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. That was a tough run from Keyshawn Seitz.
Yeah, that's what you love about these minutes that you get when you go out on the field at the varsity level. Those game time minutes at game speed, it's all that important to get you ready for when your number's called. And like we always talk about, Nate, whenever you get your number called, you got to maximize those minutes.
Oh, Sean Valerie won the 50-50. I'll have to hit him up for some free lunch next time I see him at Madison's.
At the place you work.
Hey, I still got to pay for food. I still got to pay. Hey, when you work at a place like Madison's, wouldn't you eat there every day?
Yeah,
come on.
I'd eat there every day if I don't work there.
No, when you work at a place that serves food,
He just wouldn't
you
make
eat
his,
there every day,
He
right?
wouldn't make his customers pay for his meal, though.
Well, I mean,
you could literally go to Madison Street every day and have something different off the menu.
yeah, and it's not like,
And you can and then when that runs out, you can do a combo of things. And
and then you can just make your own chicken chunk combination, build your own whatever you want on them.
I mean, you just see that MST everywhere now.
Sights on the pitch out left side.
Hopefully we won't see it on the Billboard charts with that Saucy Steve. What do they call it?
We got to get him on. We got to get Saucy Steve on a mulling it over. I think that'd be funny as hell.
Yep, I don't even want to talk to Chase. I want to talk to Steve.
Yep, I want to talk to Steve.
The bang, Saucy Steve and his new banger that he's got out.
What's the name of that? I'm saucy or something like that?
Sauce line.
Jeez.
3rd and long, 3rd and 7 here. Ball at the 9-yard line. Braden Rogo. Handoff up the middle. Sights on the carry, and he is met in the backfield. Nice job by Landon Parker. And number 23, Jordan Lawrence. Eric, is there really people down there with stocking caps on? Am I seeing that? Stocking caps? It's only like 50 degrees out. It's not that cold, is it?
Oh, yeah, there's people that are complaining about it being really cold.
Well, people complain about anything.
This mic's killing me.
It's so cold, it's got Eric down there shivering. He can't even get his words out.
It's only when you want to talk that it stops. When you don't want to talk, it's like, oh, okay, you can talk. But do you want it? No, we're not. No.
Clock continues to roll. 4:33 remaining here in the game. Colombian up 41-0 in this first SBC late conference matchup.
Did they just turn it over there on downs? Is that what happened?
I believe so.
To help
I was
support
going to say, I noticed the clock did stop, and that's one of the only times it does stop.
So the Blue Streaks will get the possession back.
Studio in Webster.
They'll take over at their own 16-yard line.
Too busy laughing at Eric. I didn't realize it was fourth down.
Yeah, this huge 41-0 hole that has developed here. I mean,
Oh,
look, quarterback still on his feet.
look at that good fake. Even faked Bailey out on that one. Faked me out, too. Don't feel bad, Bailey. Matter of fact, let's take another look at that one, guys.
Yeah.
Look at that good fake.
Oh, whoop. Oh, oh. Whoop, whoop. Shotgun formation here. Jason Henlin in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Oh, we got to place into the open. Jamarion Alexander to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone. And there goes that goose egg. 3:27 left to play.
Alexander.
And here's a big-time touchdown run, 80-yard run.
Run through the gaps. Foot race to the end zone. Sandusky will not go away empty-handed here from Frauds County Stadium.
That was a big-time play there by Jamarion Alexander.
I mean, that's all you. That's what you do. I mean, you can't fold your flag regardless of the hole you dug yourself in. You just got to keep playing and try to get better on each down.
And the extra point attempt is up and no good. Or your score will remain 41-6, Tiffin Columbian, with 3:27 left to play here in the ball game. Folks, did you know about Benchwarmers? I mean, now they're featuring live streaming of Heart of Ohio sports broadcasts. Stop down to Benchwarmers, call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, fresh locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call, 567-268-9268. Place your delivery order now. Greggy, I know your favorite is the cheese curds.
Mm-hmm.
But, Tommy, what's your favorite thing from Benchwarmers?
I like what's a super cheese one with the pretzel bun?
Oh, the pretzel bacon cheesy burger.
Yeah, that's one of those places where it's legit hard to pick something because there's so many good things on the menu. Just like Madison Street, man.
And that's one of those things too. I mean, you want a good burger.
Oh.
Benchwarmers, that's your ticket.
I mean, you can get yourself a single, a double, a triple, or hit a home run.
Oh, how about them fries?
Oh, man.
You know you got good fries when the fries can get a little cold and you still smash them because they're so good.
That's an impossible feat, but somehow they master it.
That's right. I like the Italian stallion. I don't know, man. It just, I had to say it again.
What did I tell you about saying that?
I had to throw that one out there for Greggy. Kickoff return brought back to the 27-yard line. 3:09 left to play here in the ball game. Eric, do you have a favorite at Benchwarmers?
Oh, Tommy beat me to it. Anything on that pretzel bun? Oh, man. It's so good.
Yeah, pretzel bun,
Don't be
anything.
teasing Eric. He's got a triathlon to train.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't sound like marathon training there.
I'm asking a guy what his favorite food is who hasn't had a pop in a month and a half.
Hey, food? I'll eat all the food I can get.
What marathon are you training for again?
Man, you need fuel.
What marathon are you training for again?
Nathan's hot dog
It's
eating
the Columbus
contest.
Half Marathon, actually. I'll be doing the full next year.
Oh, all right, all right. And we're down to 7 seconds on the play clock here.
Take a timeout
And
here.
they're going to have to take a timeout or delay a game. That'll be a delay of the game. on Tiffin Columbian.
First down. The Tornadoes.
And that'll back the ball up 5 yards. I wasn't sure if they were going to get the timeout in time or not, but I don't think they wanted to stop the clock.
The clock keeps rolling, so can you just keep backing up 5 yards and it's still first down over and over again?
Down to 2:12 left in the ball game.
Vrabel Belichick situation.
Right? Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Well, I mean, do you really even have to run a play here? You know, just keep getting that delay game. And down to 2 minutes left.
Come on, somebody false start.
Handoff off the right
trying
side.
to find
Sights.
the corner. Sights.
He's going to be cut down right around the 20-yard line.
Loss of 2 yards on the play brings up second down, 17.
Corner edge.
Tackle on the play by number 30, Landon Parker.
Of course, it's getting to that part of the game where I could keep you up to date on all the scores, but folks, you could just tune in tomorrow morning right here on Heart of Ohio Sports and catch up with everything on the Saturday scoreboard.
I was going to say, and this game's probably going to end a little bit earlier than the other games around
I
here.
would say so. So if you want to get caught up on everything that's happening in the area as far as high school football tonight and college football tomorrow, well, tune in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. as myself and Josh Morgret will be live from Studio Squared for Saturday Scoreboard, where we will bring you what we're debuting, a debut segment tomorrow. It's going to be called Champs Cut of the Week. We're going to pick a highlight from each of these games, and that will be your Champs Cut of the Week. So you'll have two, but each of those kids will get a Champs t-shirt, courtesy of Randy Ware. Huge shout out to Champs Barbershop, one of our outstanding sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Down to 20 seconds left here in the ball game. And we're going to take another delay of game, and that'll be the end of the ball game. And they're going to go ahead and stop the clock because I think Judd noticed, hey, if they're just going to keep the clock running, why do we have to run a play? Let's just keep getting those delay of games and let's just keep rolling that clock. Clock will start on the snap. Tricky.
Just going to start changing the rules now.
We're just going to change the rules in the middle of the game now. All right. That's how we do it.
Keep
10 seconds left. Handoff up the middle. Sights on the carry. About a 2-yard gain. Sets him up with a 4th and long, and that'll be the last play of the game. That's it. Your final score, 41-6. Tiffin Columbian all over the Sandusky Blue Streaks. We'll step aside. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll wrap things up here from Frost County Stadium with the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. It's all coming to you next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we're back here at Frost County Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. We've got Greg Kinn manning the production side of things. Bailey Mullins on the camera. We got our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, down on the sidelines with us. You're tuned in right here on the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. Thanks for locking in with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, your final score, Tiffin Columbian 41, Sandusky 6. Tornadoes moving on to 5-1 on the season. Sandusky now falling to 2-4. Tommy, this was just an impressive showing from start to finish by these Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes.
Yeah, Tiffin Columbian came out of the gate strong, got scored on their opening drive, able to stand tall defensively, continuously providing the shutout through essentially the entire 48 minutes until right there where the reserves kind of came in and got some playing time at the end. But, man, I mean, what an impactful game this Columbian offense really showed itself to be out there on the field. You know, that 1-2 punch combination between the receiving game and the passing game, or in the rushing in the ground game, was just all the difference in this one. As, you know, Rogo, if he needed a big throw, needed a big catch down the field, you'd get that from that outstanding receiver core in Gooding and his brother Bryce. Then if you needed to get short down situations or a quick conversion or even just a touchdown, you look to your man Damian Brockington, who in that first half alone, 114 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns, and then went ahead and put a cherry on top in that second half to end his night with a 5th touchdown. 5 touchdowns total, usurping that Polk High record. As Damian Brockington, I believe he's got to be our player of the game here tonight.
Who else would you give it to? If you gave it to anybody else, you'd be lying to yourself. I'm sorry. I know the kid's already won the award once, so he's going to have a little stash of Madison Street gift cards to go through here. But I'm just saying.
How do you deny 5 touchdowns?
I mean, Sandusky couldn't deny him, so who are we to deny him, you know?
Definitely a cheap homecoming meal for Damian Brockington if he decides to cash in them cards. But, man, like we talked about, the production here tonight by the Tornadoes in this 41-6 victory over their first SBC late conference matchup of the season against Sandusky, as Tiffin Columbian advances to 5-1 on the season with just a meat grinder of a schedule ahead of them, as they will hit the road to go against Clyde, Bellevue, and Perkins all in consecutive weeks.
What a meat grinder. What a meat grinder. And, folks, I'm telling you, all you Columbian fans out there watching this, if you're asking yourself next week why we're not there, if you're asking yourself the following week why we're not there, direct those questions to the athletic directors at those schools, please. Send them all of your complaints about why you have to pay to watch your kid play a game when you could have had the option to just watch for free if they would have allowed us to be there. But the problem is we're being shut out. They don't want us there. So there's good possibility we might not be able to be there for all 3 games. So we're trying our best. We're fighting a good fight. But if you are concerned, you're upset about this, and you're sitting here saying, why can't I watch my kid? Well, you can, but you got to pay for it. Because we're not going to be there.
You can't watch them with us.
It's the wild, wild west of this live streaming era, as we talked about, you know, coming out of the pandemic. You know, before that, during that weird world that we lived in, you had to find options to get to the game. And, you know, throughout the years, Nate, Greg, and myself, we've strived hard to provide an option, an outlet to get this thing going and get this thing some legs under it. And thanks to you, our supporters, our sponsors, especially all of those who have taken that leap of faith with us into the baseball season of 2021 that saw us kind of get the wheels rolling, get it on this bandwagon, so to speak, and seeing some tremendous athletes, some tremendous teams in that stretch getting the chance to go to the state semifinals for baseball and calling a game up there in Akron. And then you fast forward to this season, being able to live stream some great football action to you right on your favorite mobile device, streaming device, and get everybody into the game. I mean, that's been our motto from day one, is to get everyone to the game.
That's absolutely right. Well, hey, you know, I think I see our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, making his way up into the crowd with our player of the game. Of course, player of the game brought to you by your friends at MST Sauce Company. And I do see Eric making his way up into the crowd here. So once he gets up there, we will.
Don't forget, as we get our player of the game underway here and get that interview lined up for you. We'll have plenty of interviews and highlights lined up for you tomorrow morning right here on Heart of Ohio Sports as Nate Mullins joins Josh Morgert live from Heart of Ohio Sports Studios for the debut episode of the Saturday Scoreboard, giving you all the results from Friday night's games, the fallout from that as you enjoy your first cup of coffee of the morning, get you set up for the college games and everything else ahead of you on the weekend. But right now, we're going to turn it over to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, and our player of the game, Damian the Beast Brockington.
All right, here, take it away, Eric.
Thanks, guys. I got Damian Brockington here, who is no stranger to the player of the game. I believe this is your second one, right? Today, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 touchdowns. I think 4 of them were untouched.
Yeah.
Was there?
Hey, Juan created big holes. I just ran the ball in, do what I had to do. They score, or I score, they score. So it is what it is.
Well, it looked like even when there wasn't a hole, you were creating them. So
small holes, just gotta fit through them. Get skinny.
You sure did.
Now, Damian, when you came into tonight's game after putting that impressive.
Hang on, he
hear
can't hear you.
Oh, yeah,
Bailey, can you
Damian,
give him your headset, Bailey?
Sorry about that.
Let's get you a headset.
I forgot he can't hear you guys.
Our announcers are going to ask
All
you.
right, go ahead, Tommy.
Damian, huge night, 5 touchdowns for you.
Yeah.
Coming into the night with 12 touchdowns total.
Yep.
Just coming back from the doctor and getting that x-ray done, finding out that there's a dog in you. How are you feeling after that impressive performance?
I feel good. I did what I had to do. We know we had to come in the game, start out right with the SBC, set the tone.
Now, again, we don't envy the situation you guys find yourselves in week to week coming up as you guys face a terrible stretch against some huge SBC opponents in Clyde, Bellevue, and Sandusky Perkins.
Yep.
Seeing that on the road, knowing that's your route to the SBC championship, what's your mentality knowing that you guys have this brutal stretch of road games coming up?
We just got to go there, play at their place, do what we got to do. Handle business.
That's right. Business-like mentality. I love it. It's just a business trip for you guys, right?
Yeah, business trips.
That's what I like, man. Hey, great game, young man. Keep it up. And, hey, what are you going to spend this $20 gift card on, man? What's your go-to item at MST?
Chunks, kitchen sink chunks.
Kitchen sink, I like it. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Hey, thank you very much for coming up with us. Once again, our MST Sauce Company player of the game, Damian Brockington.
Thank you.
Any shout-outs for you, Damian?
Yeah, you got any shout-outs, buddy?
Shout out to O-line.
There
Always,
you go.
Always O-line.
That is a selfless leader right there, man.
He knows
Thank
who
you.
feeds him.
Endearing himself to the audience, endearing himself to the great staff at MST as he comes in there.
No, Eric. We feed him with this $20 gift card right here. We feed him.
You guys.
But thanks again, Damian, for for joining us here, and congratulations one more time. Let's hear it. Damian Brockington, our MST player of the game, 5 touchdowns, 17 on the season, now to lead the SBC in rushing touchdowns.
All right. Thanks again, Eric. Thanks to Damian Brockington, our sideline reporter. Tommy, let's wrap things up, man. This is not much more can be said about this one. 41-6 final. Let's make sure this kid gets his gift card here as once again, 41-6 is your final. Now, you got a tough stretch coming up, man. You got Clyde, you got Bellevue, you got Perkins coming up. Now, you look around and, if you look at the scoreboard, well, wait. Why don't you just tune in tomorrow and look at the scoreboard? Saturday scoreboard coming to you live at 9 a.m. from inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin, where you'll find out who won between Clyde and Perkins, because I'm telling you, that's going to set the stage for next week.
I was going to say, sometimes it's not about what happens to you, it's how you respond. And tonight's SBC conference matchups around the area, as Clyde finishes up against Perkins they played tonight. That's really going to set the table for what to expect as Tiffin Columbian travels over to Clyde in that huge SBC Lake matchup. If Clyde were on the losing end of that game, that's a completely different mentality than if you were to append an SBC Lake opponent like Perkins as you continue to eye and continue to position yourself at top of this SBC mountain.
Yeah, and this is going to be a tough stretch of games here.
And where can you
But
find?
this
And where are you going to find all the results from the fallout from week 6 here?
right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tune in for the Saturday Scoreboard Show live inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Myself, Josh Morgret, Greggy Kinn, maybe be up that early.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be
All
there.
right. Greggy Kinn going to be manning the production side of things. Once again, Saturday Scoreboard tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Any final thoughts here, guys, before we wrap things up?
No, tremendous outing by Tiffin Colombian, taking care of business on homecoming night as they prepare for that meat grinder of a schedule on the road for consecutive games, as we'll announce our schedule of coverage this coming week here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Stay tuned, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube page, and again, keep supporting us, and we'll continue to try to bring you our expanded coverage here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
That's right. Folks, that's going to do it. 41-6 was your final score, Columbian over Sandusky. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's broadcast. When you hear these names, frequent these businesses and tell them Heart of Ohio Sports sent you. Thanks to Rogers Flowers, TBC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Phillips Electric, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Sycamore, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Embroidery and Crafts by Buja, Buckeye IT, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, Culligan Water, 5-Star Maintenance, Champs Barbershop, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and the Advertiser Tribune, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, that's going to do it for Greg Kinn, Bailey Mullins, Eric Hall, and Tommy Hall. I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Frost County Stadium. Once again, your final score, 41-6, Tiffin Columbian all over Sandusky. Tune in tomorrow morning for Saturday Scoreboard right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's going to do it. Have a great night, everybody.